Hi Virgo, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're sun, moon or rising sign Virgo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So this week, for your key to the week, you have the Lovers card. This is going to be, for those of you that are partnered or in relationships, this is a beautiful week for you. This is a week where the partnership is strong, the relationship is tight. It's a loving, sensual, sexual even week. Remember the Lovers card, yes, it's choice and all of those things, absolutely. But at its basis, it really is about love and connection. It really is about the relationships that we have, not just with, our partners, but also in our interpersonal relationships as well. You know, familial ties, friendship ties. This is a great week for those things. Now, when it comes to those of you that are single, this could be a week where you are deciding that you're ready to get into a relationship in some way, shape or form. But overall, when it comes to that whole energy, I think this is what is, it's like your relationships this week, your relationships, your connections, your partnerships. These are the things that are going to enhance the experience that you have of life in all of these different sectors this week. For your actions and options, you have the Fool card. New things, places, people and energy. You are going in a very different direction to the one that you set out on. I really like this for you as well, and it suggests that one of the decisions that you're making this week is going to be almost a 180 or a million miles away from where you thought you were going. So it's like you could be going this way and thinking, right, this is where we're going, just keep swimming, right? And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you're going off in a different direction. And this week, be open to that. You will get a signpost, you will likely have a conversation, maybe you will see something or read something that will change your mind on a direction that you were going this week. And you know what? Because it's the Fool card in your actions and options, I would let it. Like sometimes the road less traveled, or the thing that we didn't expect, or the avenue that we didn't, that we never thought we would go down, ends up being the one that takes us to where our wildest dreams come true. And I think this could very well be a week where this is like literally happens or opens up for you. For your communications and conversations, you have the Queen of Wands. So when it comes to all of your ties, your familial ties, you do need to set some, possibly your familial ties, but more than likely your professional ones. You are going to have to set a boundary of some sort this week. I don't know what this looks like to you, but I think this week, getting something very clear, in black and white, I think is really going to help you draw a line under something before it becomes a problem at a later date. Now, what I will say to you as well, for those of you that are partnered or in relationships, this is good communication with the partner. This is sensual communication. It's you and your partner having that zest, rediscovering that zest for life and possibly even for each other as well. I really like this for you. Remember, the Queen of Wands isn't just about setting boundaries. She's also very aware of who she is. She owns herself inside and out. And this week, this is how you're commanding your speech. So how you come across to people, the way that you communicate, all of that this week is strong, powerful, vibrant, possibly even sexy to some outside viewers as well, which is great. Use that to your advantage, right? Absolutely use that to your advantage. Now, for those of you that work for somebody else, your Queen of Wands is going to see you, it may see you having to make that choice about whether to say something or whether not to say something. And the Fool card here could really see you, maybe another option or avenue opens up for you. And it's an opportunity that you will probably want to explore. And I think this week it's important that you maybe set that boundary even for yourself and say, you know what, until I'm sure that I want to make the jump, I won't say anything. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is just you getting to a space where you're really very clear on who you want to collaborate with, who you want to work with, what that looks like. And it looks like there's a shake-up going on there. It might be, and like I said, it might happen really suddenly this week where you just change your mind or you change your direction on something, and if anything, like I said, because it comes up with the Fool card, let it. You never know where it will take you. For those of you that are retired or no longer working, something this week looks like you might have to, for those of you that are partnered, it looks like you might have to stand up for the partner this week in some way, shape or form. You might have to step forward and say, hang on a sec, you don't get to talk to them like that. You don't get to treat them like that. There's something here where you are having to defend somebody else. It's like, and it's not that they can't do it themselves. I think this is more just a case of you demonstrating your loyalty. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to let anybody speak to, you know, my partner or even a friend or a colleague or a family member like that. For your money and materials, you have the King of Cups, right? So something in terms of your, I mean, I like the King of Cups, especially for money, because it suggests that you're bringing the inside out. And by doing so, you're going to start, it looks like you're creating a new revenue stream. But this is something that you're passionate about. Not like, you know, one's passionate, like, yeah, let's do it. It's more a case of my heart is in this. You know, this is, when it comes to your finances this week, I think you need to get really honest with yourself about what your needs actually are. And more importantly, what it looks like to create that for yourself. There's a sense here that financial security is either going to take on a new meaning this week, or it has a different, or it has just, maybe those words mean something new to you this week that they haven't before. I think this week you're going to get really, really clear on what that might be. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, I usually say that this would be like your, well, first of all, it's your emotional outlook and how that plays into your mood and all of that kind of stuff. Actually, I would stick with that, especially with the other cards that have come up. Pay attention to those emotional triggers this week, because it's really going to highlight to you where maybe you're out of balance with yourself and you hadn't even realized it. For your home and environment, this is great. I think in a lot of ways, the King of Cups really sees us doing a little bit of retreat. You know, it sees us doing a little, even though it's a water card, it sees us doing a little bit of that hermit thing where we kind of step back to observe how we feel about something. And I think getting in touch with that energy of the home this week will be really important. It will show you, you know, it doesn't even have to be something like feng shui, but it, you know, it could be, absolutely could be actually. But it's more a case of looking at the home and saying, right, what feels like it's out of place? You know, what feels like it's too heavy for this environment now? What feels like it's not, you know, like it doesn't belong? That's something to think about. And then for your love and relations, look at this. You got the Chariot card. So for those of you that are partnered or in relationships, looks like you guys are on your travels in some way, shape or form this week, which is great, right? So the thing with the Chariot card, the relationship itself could literally be going to another level this week. Like, you could find that the bond with the partner is strong. You could find that it is, you know, just feeling better than it has in a long time. You could find that it feels renewed, refreshed and reinvigorated as well in some way, shape or form, which is fantastic. It does look like, though, you guys are definitely out of the home this week. So I wonder how that plays in, because this week as well, like I said, it looks like you're changing something about the home or deciding that you want to change something about the home. Now, for those of you that are single, this is a good week. This is a great week. There is a lot of potential here for you to meet someone. And the reason I say this is because not only because you're open to where life is going to take you, but you are acting from a place, not that you ever don't, but you know, but you're more true to yourself this week than you have been in like a long time. And I think this is about you being really self-focused and saying, actually, you know what, this is what I need from a partner, this is what I want from a relationship, and this is what I'm prepared to give to a relationship. I think this newfound sense of self and you know, deep self-honesty is really great energy for you this week, and I think it's really going to expand your relationship prospects and even horizon. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.